The arc of history bends toward justice, but only when we pull it. That's not just a line, it's the soul of Barack Obama's journey. He was raised by a single mother, wrestled with identity, worked as a community organizer, then became the first Black president of the United States. Today on BookLia, we dive deep into Dreams from My Father, the raw and revealing memoir by Barack Obama. Let's begin. Dreams from My Father was first published in 1995, long before Obama was a household name. At the time, he was a young lawyer, just elected as the first Black president of the Harvard Law Review. The book isn't about politics. It's about identity, belonging, fatherhood, race, legacy. It reads like a personal odyssey, from Hawaii to Indonesia to Chicago to Kenya, where Obama searches not only for his roots, but for meaning. In 2004, after his speech at the Democratic National Convention, the book was re-released and became a bestseller. It's written with elegance, vulnerability, and insight, qualities that defined Obama as a leader. Barack Hussein Obama II was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, in 1961. His mother, Dunham, was a white American from Kansas. His father, Barack Obama Sr., was a Kenyan economist studying in the U.S. But his father left when he was just 2. Obama would only meet him once again, briefly, before his father died in a car accident. This absence shaped everything. He was raised by his mother and grandparents, lived in Indonesia for a while, then returned to Hawaii for school. He was smart, curious, but inside, he wrestled with a haunting question. Who am I? Where do I belong? He faced racism, isolation, confusion. He tried to fit in, sometimes by hiding parts of himself. In college, he read a lot. Malcolm X, W.E.B. Du Bois, Toni Morrison, the Bible, the Constitution. Books became his mirror and his map. After graduating from Columbia University, Obama moved to Chicago and worked as a community organizer. He didn't just want success. He wanted to matter, to help, to change something. He walked into neighborhoods forgotten by the system and asked questions no one else was asking. But still, something was missing. So he traveled to Kenya, to understand his father, to find his tribe, to feel whole. It was there, standing on his father's grave, that he cried, for all the silence, for the wounds of history, for the journey that shaped him. Obama went on to study law at Harvard, where he made history as the first Black president of the Harvard Law Review. He married Michelle. They built a life rooted in service. In Dreams from My Father, there's no mention of a Senate run or presidential dreams. Only a desire to heal divisions, to build bridges, to make people feel seen. His life is proof that leadership doesn't start with ambition. It starts with purpose. Here are 5 profound life lessons from Barack Obama. 1. Identity is a journey, not a destination. Barack Obama didn't always wear his identity with confidence. He was a child of 2 worlds, black and white, Kenyan and American, local and global. Growing up in Hawaii, then living in Indonesia, then studying in mainland America, he often felt like an outsider looking in. His name wasn't normal. His skin made him different. His upbringing didn't fit any one box. And yet, it was through this journey, of uncertainty, of disconnection, that he developed one of his greatest strengths, empathy. I'd arrived at an understanding that my identity might begin with the fact of my race, but it couldn't end there. Obama teaches us this. You don't need to rush to define yourself. You are not confined to one label, one heritage, or one story. Your identity may be messy, layered, even confusing, but that's exactly what makes it powerful. 2. Absence can teach as much as presence. Obama only met his father once. That brief visit left more questions than answers. And yet, the absence of his father became a profound influence. He didn't inherit lessons directly from his dad, but from his absence, he learned what not to be. He learned what he longed for in a father. And that longing shaped the man, the partner, the father he became. What I had inherited was the story, the myth, the dream of my father. Sometimes, the people who aren't there leave the biggest marks. They teach us by contrast. They challenge us to build what we never had. Obama's life proves the voids we carry can become vessels of wisdom if we choose to learn from them. 3. Real change starts in forgotten places. Before he stepped onto the grand stages of politics, Obama was just a young man walking through the streets of South Side Chicago. He wasn't famous. He wasn't powerful. He was organizing community meetings, talking to unemployed workers, sitting in church basements with people who felt invisible. The world doesn't just revolve around the big, loud voices. Sometimes, the quiet work in small places makes the biggest difference. He reminds us that real leadership doesn't begin with a microphone, it begins with a conversation. Change isn't born in press rooms. It's born in places the cameras don't go. So if you want to change the world, don't wait for a spotlight. Start right where you are. 4. Listening is a revolutionary act. Obama's greatest tool wasn't his voice. It was his ears. He listened to his mother's ideals, to his grandmother's caution, to angry teens, to spiritual elders, to books, to poetry, to silence. The simple act of being heard, truly heard, can be enough to renew the human spirit. In a world full of noise and ego, listening is rebellion. It's how you build bridges. It's how you lead. And it's how you let people know you matter. I see you. I hear you. Obama didn't just talk change, he listened for it. 5. Hope is not naive, it's necessary. Hope was the word on his posters. The one people mocked. To some, it felt childish, unrealistic, weak. But to Obama, hope wasn't a fantasy, it was a force. A disciplined belief that even when things are broken, they can be rebuilt. That even when we fall short, we can rise. Hope is that thing inside us that insists something better awaits us if we have the courage to reach for it. In a world that rewards cynicism, Obama chose hope. And he showed millions that choosing hope is not naive, it's courageous. Because hope is what lets us try again. Hope is what fuels progress. Hope is what keeps us human. Barack Obama rose to become the 44th President of the United States. He didn't just inherit a title, he inherited war, economic collapse, and a country bitterly divided. But he didn't flinch. He led with thoughtfulness, not ego. With grace, not drama. Through every storm, he reminded us that true leadership isn't about shouting the loudest. It's about showing up with humility, purpose, and unwavering conviction. So, what part of Obama's journey spoke to your heart the most? Was it his fight for identity? His message of hope? His quiet power? Let us know in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. If this video inspired you, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our weekly book drops. This is BookLia. One book. Big insights.